Hello, welcome back. With the cost of living crisis, some people might be tempted to use candles instead of ordinary lights or oil lamps, anything with a naked flame. And really, there are just some precautions that people should take, representative only, but make sure that you have a suitable container for your candles. This actually was an old candle container that I've repurposed to stand that larger one in. It actually still has a spike on the bottom. Don't know if you can see. Still has a spike on the bottom from the old candle, which helps keep this one in place. Otherwise, I would drip some candle wax into the bottom and stick this on top. So, the obvious safety precautions is a smoke alarm. Most people these days do tend to have smoke alarms in their house, but also please get a carbon monoxide alarm. Anytime you have open flames, whether it be candles, oil lamps, open fires, you do need a carbon monoxide alarm, especially these days with most people having double glazing in their homes, which is very efficient at keeping the air inside from recirculating, and so one of these could save your life. And the other precautions are firefighting. So this is sort of a combination video, I suppose. Now I have a smaller fire extinguisher to these two, which is in my car. Unfortunately, I can't show it because my car tends to stay with my sister down the road quite a lot of the time. But I didn't start out with fire extinguishers apart from the car extinguisher. I've always had a car extinguisher. But what I started out with was one of these guys, which is a fire blanket. Now, as you can see, you can get them in different sizes. This happens to be quite a large size, but I do have smaller ones. And the advantage about fire blankets is that they don't take up too much room, as you can see. They tend to be much cheaper than fire extinguishers, and they don't have a shelf life like fire extinguishers do. Again, the instructions on here are fairly comprehensive, and you can keep these in various places. I keep one in my kitchen, I keep one in my car, and I have two spares, one of which I can take outside if I am using a barbecue at all, and the other one is just in the sitting room. So if there's any problems at all whenever I've got candles lit, then it's close to hand. So, like I said, that was how I started out. Fire blanket. It was the cheapest way to go, and I think quite often is a forgotten part of fire preparation. People tend to just automatically think of extinguishers, go that route, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that, obviously. Extinguishers are very instant, very easy, but if you want to increase the odds of fighting fires, something like this could be useful. Obviously, I'm not an expert at this, far from it, but I have just been. I've always lived in situations where fire hazards have been quite high, and actually worked in situations where fire hazards have been quite high with flammable materials. So it's something I've always been aware of. Now, I can't remember which extinguisher it was, whether it was this one or when I bought that one, but this came as a free item in the purchase. And as you can see, it's for fighting pan fires, generally deep fat fryer type fires, when they say pan fires. Now, I don't use deep fat frying. Generally, the closest I come is using a frying pan with a low amount of oil in it. However, having this means that if for any reason my frying pan decides to catch fire, I do have an option other than the fire blanket and able to put it out. As with most things, there are various types of fire extinguishers. Some will fight certain fires, some won't. This is covers most of the basic fires, but not an electrical fire. Now, the pros are they're easy to use. Most people can point and press. The cons are that they have a shelf life, so they either need to be replaced or refilled. If you're not sure about what type of extinguisher you want to get, have a word with your local fire department. Fire service in the UK is very good at answering questions, so go down to your local fire station, have a word with somebody there, and they can probably advise you as to the type of fire extinguisher you need. And this bigger one actually does a lot more. I think the only thing it doesn't do is lithium batteries, but as you can see, it does electrical pan, magnesium, petrol, wood, which is why I upgraded from this to this, because it gives me greater coverage on the types of fires that I can use it on. But again, like this one, it has a shelf life, so be aware of that when you're buying fire extinguishers. So like I said, safety first, please, people. It's no fun watching something go up in flames. I have witnessed it twice now in my life from other people being careless, and it's not something that I ever wish to repeat, and therefore so I'm very, very careful in my own home, and I hope that you can be too. Like me, if to start with you haven't got a lot of money but want to at least have something is better than nothing. A fire blanket will at least get you started, and depending on the size, depends on the price you'll pay. Sometimes you can get deals on packs of 2 or 3, sometimes 4, which is always worth looking out for. So I hope that's helped, and gives you some ideas as to what you can do around your own home. And if you liked the video, please consider subscribing, giving it a thumbs up and a share. And I will see you next time. Thanks very much. Bye for now.